Genius! Absolute genius!
How the fuck do they do that? You see greatness, the peak of creation in sport or business, and think, I could never get there. You're stuck. Yet, the truth is, they're not special. They weren't born that way. They're just like us. But wait, what about all the prodigies we hear about? Mozart composing symphonies at 6, Tiger Woods swinging a putter before you could even walk, competing in tournaments by 3. And there's Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova, spotted at tennis stars before they even hit double digits at 4. Michael Phelps, Leo Messi, Magnus Carlsen, and Simone Biles all discovered early on. Weren't they practically born into greatness? It makes you think if you don't start young, you're out of luck. What if I told you that discovering greatness early on might actually be more of a curse than a blessing? Let's play a little guessing game. Take a guess. Who's this? As a boy, he spent Sundays playing squash with his dad and enjoyed skiing, wrestling, swimming, and skateboarding. He also played basketball, handball, table tennis, badminton over the neighbor's fence, and even soccer at school. It wasn't until his teenage years that he began to focus more on tennis. That's Roger Federer, arguably the greatest tennis player of all time. People are shocked when they hear this. Federer didn't have the head start that Nadal or Serena had. He got into tennis late, and yet he's still one of the greatest. But if you dig deeper into the science and psychology of success, it's clear he excelled because of his diverse interests, not in spite of them. Lyles is kind of like Federer, but with a nerdy twist.
World champion of what?
Noah Lyles, a record-breaking Olympic athlete, made headlines for an unusual reason. He runs races with his Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing cards tucked into his t-shirt. For the uninitiated, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a popular trading card game and anime series. Lyles demonstrated more than just his speed at the 2024 United States Olympic track trials. Noah Lyles, who won the 100-meter sprint in 9.92 seconds, revealed his secret weapon, the iconic Blue Eyes White Dragon card, one of Yu-Gi-Oh!'s legendary cards. The Blue Eyes White Dragon with a huge 3,000 attack power. Lyles' Yu-Gi-Oh! Flex is more than just a fun gimmick. It's a celebration of nerd culture on one of sports' biggest stages. We often think of athletes and highly successful people as being hyper-focused, heavily disciplined, and solely dedicated to one goal. They're expected to fit a certain mold, but Lyles, he's proudly waving his geek flag high. Like Federer, Lyles is another example of someone who might be onto something that the rest of us are missing. And he's not alone. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Michael Jordan, Leonardo da Vinci, and so many others share this trait. Their varied hobbies have contributed to their extraordinary success, and it's no coincidence they've reached the pinnacle of their field. So, what are we missing? Look at this graph. The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out. If you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So fuck around and find out. Let's play our guessing game again. He was a lot of things: an art dealer, a language teacher, preacher, bookseller, and missionary worker. But then, in his late 20s, he picked up a book, The Guide to the ABCs of Drawing. After this, he became one of the greatest artists to have ever lived, and the rest is history. Conventional wisdom says that success requires specialization, dedicating your entire life to mastering one thing. But here's the surprising truth. Being a specialist is actually the exception, not the rule. When it comes to achieving real success, David Epstein in his book Range argues that being more of a generalist in a specialized world is the best thing you can do for your own success. He reason hobbies is so valuable is their ability to expand your surface area of ideas. They help you make connections different between concepts and come up with creative solutions that you wouldn't otherwise consider. By widening your perspective, hobbies reveal opportunities that remain hidden when you're solely focused on work. Often the most innovative solutions come from creativity sparked by engaging with new ideas and interacting with diverse people. Steve Jobs didn't just focus on improving existing phones. He brought in his love for calligraphy and design to create something revolutionary. His love for calligraphy and minimalist philosophy shaped the iPhone's design. Meticulous attention to every curve and line combined with an obsession for simplicity crafted a device that wasn't just a tool, but a work of art. This would have never been easy if he moved in straight lines to success. He experimented, took risks, and learned from his failures. He had to embrace the Super Mario effect. We all know Mario. Super Mario is a classic, but beyond the nostalgia lies a valuable lesson: the power of persistence and problem solving. When you pick up a game like Super Mario Bros. For the first time and jump into a pit, you don't think that was such a failure. Instead, you remember where this pit is and focused on not falling into it again. While playing, you learn from your mistakes, but you don't dwell on them, you just keep going, figuring it out, and trying again. This is the idea of the Super Mario effect. The goal isn't to avoid every mistake, but to keep moving forward, learning from trial and error. This is exactly what generalists do. They experiment across different domains, drawing on diverse experiences to overcome challenges and create something new. Start seeing failure as a necessity. Hobbies, much like the game, teach you to view setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities for growth. The more diverse experiences you have, the better you become at solving problems. Just like Steve Jobs did when he combined design, philosophy, and tech to create the iPhone. Just like Mario jumping through levels, greatness doesn't come from one big leap. It's built over time through small, consistent steps. The compound effect. The compound effect is the idea that small, consistent actions, decisions, and experiences accumulate over time to produce significant results. It's not about grand leaps forward, but the slow, steady build-up of small steps that make a huge impact in the long run. Let's look at Federer. His childhood wasn't all tennis. He played a variety of sports. Skiing, for example, wasn't just a hobby. It enhanced his footwork and agility, which became crucial on the tennis court. These seemingly unrelated experiences compounded, shaping his mastery. The same goes for Steve Jobs. His fascination with calligraphy didn't seem directly connected to technology, but it influenced Apple's iconic minimalist design, making it one of the most valuable companies in the world. Even Noah Lyles, who races with a Yu-Gi-Oh card in his shirt, benefits from his love of nerd culture. It gives him mental clarity and a sense of fun, helping him stay relaxed under pressure. These quirky, unexpected passions contribute to his success, showing that the path to greatness isn't linear. It's an accumulation of all those little things. Embrace your hobbies. And now I'm adding a call to action because that's what everyone says to do. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, and only if you promise to take action, subscribe. No more scrolling. Seriously, get out of here.
Laid under the willow tree, the last weekend of summer, the empire at our fingertips, the autumn to discover.